Hello students. So today we will start our unit number 3, which is transistor amplifier. I hope you are all aware of transistor characteristics. So first of all we will discuss this terminology amplifier. Amplifier, as its name suggests, it is an electronic device or a circuit which increases the amplitude of an weak electrical signal. A transistor can act as an amplifier as explained below. Suppose in any transistor, if we applied a small input signal and a small change in the input signal in the forward bias emitter based circuit, okay, the circuit is emitter bias circuit, okay, and it is forward bias, so the small change in the voltage in the input signal, that will produces a large increase in the emitter current, and as a result nearly same change in collector current is produced because emitter and collector current are same, almost same. Okay, so same change in collector current is produced in the reverse bias collector voltage circuit. Due to this, a large change in voltage can be obtained across a high load resistance connected in the collector based circuit, and this fact makes the transistor to be used as an amplifier. So you can simply understand this in a transistor circuit. What is happening? The same current is passing through from input to output. The only difference between input and that output is the input resistance and the output resistance. Input resistance in general is small in case of uh, input circuit or the emitter bias circuit, because emitter bias circuit is always forward bias. In case of forward biasing, we know the input resistance will be small, okay, because that junction is junction is forward bias, and the other way, the output circuit, which is collector based circuit, there it is always reverse bias, and in case of reverse bias the resistance will always be high, and due to which same current is passing through from low to high resistance. So when we measure the voltage, which is V into I, when we measure the voltage across that load resistance, which is I into R, that will be much more larger than the input voltage which we give at the input. Okay, so this is how the transistor will be work as an amplifier. Now we'll come to another topic, which is classification of amplifier. This is a very important question. Okay, there are many parameters on which we can define the amplifier, different amplifiers, okay, based on the use of their circuit configuration, their use, their application, location of the operating point on the load line, the frequency range at which these amplifier works, and the interstage coupling. Okay, we do use some additional component in these amplifiers. So what are those interstage coupling components? Based on that also we can classify these amplifiers. Okay, so the first classification based on this circuit configuration. There are three circuit configuration which we have already discussed in our unit number 2. One is common base amplifier, other is common emitter, and third one is common collector amplifier. Based on the terminal, which terminal of the transistor is made common. Okay, we all know in a transistor there are three terminal. One is like, see, this is our transistor. Okay, this is NPN transistor. Okay, so this is emitter, collector, and base. So out of these three terminal, which particular terminal we have made common to both input and output? Based on that we define these configuration, circuit configuration. If base is common to both input and output, then that will become common base amplifier. If emitter is common, then that will be common emitter, and if collector is common, then that will be common collector amplifier. Okay, then another category of classification is based on the use of amplifier, means what is the actual application of amplifier. Okay, so the first category in that is voltage amplifier. This is used to amplify the voltage signal. Okay, as its name suggests, this is used to amplify the voltage signal. The transistor used as a voltage amplifier must have high amplification factor and must be operated with high impedance load. Okay, because if its load is high impedance load means the output resistance of that circuit should be high. When the output resistance will be high, then the corresponding voltage amplification has to be high. Okay, so if we are using that amplifier in as a voltage amplifier, in that case the necessary condition is that the output impedance has to be high, so that particular amplifier will work as a voltage amplifier. Okay, other amplifier, another classification is another type of amplifier on the basis of use is power amplifier. A power amplifier produces a high alternating power in the output circuit of at the cost of DC power provided by the DC input voltage. Okay, amplifier in which overall power is much higher than the input power, so that amplifier is known as the power amplifier. Now we come to the third classification of the amplifier circuit on the basis of frequency range, means in what particular frequency range those amplifier is working. So the first in this classification, the first is audio frequency amplifier, and as we know it is used to amplify the signal of audio frequency range. And what is that audio frequency range? We all aware it is from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Okay, the amplifier which amplify a signal in this frequency range is known as audio frequency amplifier. Okay, then another is radio frequency amplifier. It is used to amplify the signal of radio frequency range. Those frequencies has been amplified which lies in the radio frequency range. And what is that range? That range lies from 16 kilohertz to several megahertz. Okay, and third one is video frequency amplifier. It is used to amplify the AC voltage ranging from 50 Hz to several hundred megahertz, and which are used in TV. Okay, if that particular amplifier is amplifying the video signal, okay, whose frequency range is 50 Hz to several megahertz, so those amplifier are known as video frequency amplifier. Okay, then we come to the another classification which is based on the basis of interstage coupling. In general, that we will discuss in coming lecture. Okay, in general we do not use a single stage amplifier. Okay, because in case of single stage amplifier, again the gain is much less. Okay, so to increase that gain, actually we use multi-stage amplifier. Okay, that means we use multiple amplifier. Okay, cascaded amplifier, but to cascade those amplifiers we need some coupling components. Okay, and based on those coupling components which we use to connect two or more different amplifier together, okay, we classify these class of amplifiers. Okay, so depending on what coupling components we are using, these amplifier can be classified into broadly into four categories. One is resistance capacitive coupling, which is very famously known as RC coupling, and then another is transfer coupled amplifier, impedance coupled amplifier, and direct coupled amplifier. Okay, out of these, RC coupled amplifier is in your syllabus, so that we will discuss in our coming lectures. Okay, then last but not the last classification is on the basis of location of operating point on load line. So again, I hope by this time you must understand this terminology, what is operating point, what is load line, because we have already done second unit in the characteristics of transistor. Okay, there we plot a straight line on the transistor characteristics. Okay, so that straight line which cut the axis with a negative slope, which cut the axis along voltage and current axis, okay, is known as the load line, and a particular point on that load line is known as operating point. Okay, so on that particular line where that operating point lies, based on that we classify another class of amplifier, okay, which is shown here. So in this, the first class is known as class A amplifier. Okay, what does this mean? In such an amplifier, the operating point is located exactly in the middle of the load line. okay, so that the output signal exactly of the same shape as that of the input signal is obtained, that is no distortion is produced. Okay, so this kind of amplifier is known as class A amplifier, where the operating point lies exactly in the middle of the load line. Okay, as you see in this particular figure, the input signal is small, okay, and the output signal is same signal which we give in the input will go into the output, but with the enhanced amplitude. Okay, this amplitude gets enhanced. Okay, see the amplitude here is small, and the amplitude means this thing. Okay, so that gets enhanced in case of class A amplifier. Okay, and we'll get the output for the whole cycle. Okay, now another category is known as class B amplifier. In such an amplifier, the operating point is taken in the cutoff region of the load line. Okay, the operating point lies in the cutoff region of the load line, and the output signal is obtained only corresponding to the half part of the input signal, that is output is distorted. Okay, we won't get the output for the whole cycle of the input. And here again this term cutoff region, you should aware where it lies. Okay, in the transistor characteristics, cutoff region lies in the bottom of the characteristics. Okay, so here you have seen the input signal is like this. It is an sinusoidal input, and corresponding to that will get an output, but as we see, we do not get the output for the negative half cycle of the input. Okay, this sort of amplifier which will give this sort of output is known as class B amplifier. Okay, the another class is class AB amplifier. So in this type of amplifier, the operating point is located on the load line in such a way that the output signal is obtained for more than half cycle, but for less than full cycle. Okay, so in that case the output will be look like this. Okay, then we have one more category which is known as class C amplifier. In this type of amplifier the operating point is located on the load line in the cutoff region such that the output signal is obtained for less than half cycle of input signal. Okay, in this case the output signal is obtained for less than half cycle. The class B amplifier are those for which we get exactly half cycle. Okay, but in class C the operating point is located on the load line in such a way that the output signal is even less than the half cycle of the input signal, so which you can see in this diagram. Okay, so these are the classification of amplifier based on different category. Okay, and this is an important question. You might see this question as it is in your exam. What is an amplifier, and classify the amplifier. What are the classification of amplifiers? Okay, so you can do that thing. Now after that we'll come to another question which we just discussed a little bit. In general we will discuss single stage transistor amplifier. Okay, so in that case we will have common base transistor amplifier, common based on that circuit configuration, common base, common emitter and common collector. And out of these three in your syllabus we will have only two, common base and common emitter. So that we will discuss in the next lecture. But before that we just want to have an idea how that single stage transistor as an amplifier will work. Okay, so how that circuit will work. So when only one transistor with associated circuitry is used to amplify a weak signal, the circuit is called single stage transistor amplifier. Okay, when we use a single transistor in that circuit to amplify the signal, so that transistor is known as single stage amplifier. Practically an amplifier consists of a number of stages. Okay, the practical amplifier which we use in journal or we see, like amplifier you can uh, consider as in when we speak through a mic. Okay, so that mic is connected to an amplifier, so whatever we are um, speaking, so that voice will get amplified to a large extent and it can reach out to the large audience. Okay, so that amplifier, so that amplifier do not have a single stage amplifier, but it has multiple multi-stage amplifier circuit is there in that amplifier circuit, which amplify the signal to a large extent. Okay, but to the basic understanding we need to understand how that single stage amplifier works. Okay, so to understand that, we'll take note of this thing which is known as amplifier action of a transistor. So in this circuit, just look at this we have used an common emitter. Okay, this is an common emitter in which configuration, if you remember, this is okay, common emitter configuration, we have used this transistor. So in this circuit diagram for a single stage where so we'll discuss this amplifier action of a transistor. So first of all, see this figure where we have a transistor in common emitter mode, where emitter is made common to the input and the output. Okay, and this biasing, this thing, this biasing is voltage divider biasing. If you remember, this we have done in our second unit. Okay, biasing of transistor is there in that unit. So see this circuit diagram for a single stage common emitter transistor amplifier is shown in figure. Okay, here I have written wrongly. Okay, this term is not common base, but it has to be common emitter, so sorry for that. Okay, this term is common emitter. Okay, so common emitter in voltage divider biasing circuit is shown in this figure. So a weak signal is applied to the base of the transistor. Okay, so to this base we apply a weak signal. Okay, to a base, through this base a weak signal is applied. Okay, so correspondingly a small base current which is AC start flowing. Okay, and this current is multiplied beta times by the transistor. Okay, because in case of common emitter, okay, in case of common emitter the current gain is denoted by beta. Okay, so this current is amplified beta times by the transistor and a much larger AC current flows through the collector load RC. Okay, so through this load resistance RC, through which we'll measure the output voltage, a large current is passing through this. Okay, through that load, the value of RC is kept quite high, and in general it is of the order of 5 kilo ohm. Okay, so a large voltage is appear across RC, hence a weak AC signal is applied to the base circuit, appears in amplified form in the collector circuit, and in this way a transistor acts as an amplifier. So this thing is known as amplifier action. This is same what we discussed earlier when we start this lecture. What is that transistor amplifier? Actually the same current flows, say in case of common base, because the input current is emitter and the output current is collector, but that same current is transferred from input to output through low input resistance through large output resistance. Okay, so therefore that voltage which appear across that resistance will be large, and in case of common emitter, what is happening, the input current is small which gets beta times amplified at the output. Okay, and corresponding to that large current, the voltage which appear across that load resistance will be very large. Okay, so that's why that small input voltage will get amplified to a large voltage. Okay, so that's how a transistor will act as an amplifier. So this is it for this lecture. In our next lecture we will discuss two important transistor amplifier, the single stage transistor amplifier, the common base transistor amplifier and common emitter transistor amplifier. Thank you.